Hi guys. So basically, I've got an incident that's happened today with a TikToker. I don't know if I'm right. I always want to make sure if I get the words out, I'm 100% right about stuff before I say it. Either the video's disappeared and either that's because I've been blocked. It looks like I've been blocked from this person, or well, the video might have just gone anyway. I don't know. I can't find this person, so I've probably been blocked. I've only just started following them as well, so it doesn't bother me. I don't care if people block me. I don't do anything that I would consider I deserve to be blocked, so I'm not bothered really. But whatever goes on, the only thing I'm going to say is whether I have or not, it's made me think about my own channel, guys. I will never block you unless you make me or anyone I know feel in danger. Now, if you threaten us with our life, I don't believe in blocking unless it's an absolute it's last resort. If you shout, well, obviously you're not going to shout at me, but if you start making videos shouting at me and then coupling with me, literally if you're abusive towards me, I mean, I don't mean in the way of arguing and stuff like that. I don't see arguments an argument. I know some people see it as an abuse. It's like I was brought up with the attitude a good argument clears the air, yeah, as long as it's constructive. But, there is an argument that's, it's not always constructive and that's not a good thing. But people disagree with each other. It's a better way of saying it than arguing. I agree. But I'm never going to block you guys unless you're really threatening or nasty, make me feel unsafe, or you're really cruel to me and, you're prejudiced and things like that, threatening myself and my family. I don't, like I said, that's the only reason. Anyway, guys, without me repeating myself again, so for somebody disagreeing with me, I'm not going to block anybody out there who disagrees with me. I know that we're not robots, we're not sheep, really, that joke of people being sheep. People, we all have a difference of opinion. Some of us have facts in our lives, some of us don't. People pick up certain facts that they put on here. That's how we end up making videos in here. People do that. People make videos and, well, not everybody puts like stuff they think the facts are. Everybody has different types of videos, but people who try and spread stuff as facts or what they think is their opinion, they've got a right to that. I've had different experiences to everybody. You've had different experiences to me, and what might be right for you might be wrong for me, but then vice versa. What's right for me, what's happened to me is true and right, and it might not be for you. And I've thought it for a long time, to be honest. It's just what's happened today just inspired me. I don't want to block people. It's the last thing I want to do is block people. I'm not one of those people like, I'm going to block you if you disagree with me, if you do that, or if I see comments where you're disagreeing. You've got to be cruel and threatening, and that's where you'll be blocked. For me, that's my view. I'm not going to do it in any other way. I wouldn't. So you know what I've said. Like I said, I'm not going to repeat myself. Don't worry, guys. I don't know. I'm going to say I do value other people's opinions. And I know I get things wrong. I'm not so one of those people who's up myself that thinks I'm right about everything. I know I've got stuff to learn even at 47. But there are things that I know have been true. And even if things change, things change in this country and they are changing a lot at the moment. So something I have known, even offline, when I've spoken to people I've known, they have been right, and I haven't realised that things have changed in the last year or the last few months because there hasn't been a reason for me to know. It hasn't been relevant in my life in the last year. So it has been that way until then. And, it's difficult because I think the government, if it's anything linked to the government, and I don't mean benefits, I mean anything at all, at the moment they are changing so much about this country. How are we supposed to know exactly what that is, the truth of it is? It's difficult. I mean, people misread things, aren't good at reading. People don't always understand things. I don't always understand things. People either have some sort of learning difficulties or they have mental health. There are various things going off in someone's mind and their lives where they think they're right and they're not. And, some people, what worries me is it's the people who are downright threatening. Like I said, I've said what worries me. And, if somebody's spreading something that's untrue about someone that's personal, I don't tend to want to get involved in all of that, but there are times when I've disagreed or I've wanted to give a little bit of my experience, advice from my experience, but that's all. What else do we go by? There are people who are professionals who know better than most of us, but I'm not a professional in certain areas that it's like, I suppose I've done things that have, I don't know if I'd be considered professional, but there are things that I have more professional opinion on from my life. I'm not going to go into that. I am a little bit guarded about things because I do worry and my family don't like me saying too much. But, it's difficult to know what's right and what's wrong on the internet. It's a learning curve, especially if you're getting used to it still. So don't worry, guys, I'm not going to go doing that to you. And, you know, it almost makes me laugh when people do it to me. It almost makes me laugh. It's like, it was the way, if it's what I think it is, it was almost hilarious the way it was done. It's like, I'm sorry, but it just makes me laugh. Honestly. So, it's like, I don't know. It's just, I think I'm just too old to take all this seriously. If you had my point of view, you'd understand. Okay, guys, let's go back to the fun on this channel.